Hey everyone, here we are in lesson 10, level 6. We are choosing our own adventure by writing algorithms. And our algorithms are going to be probably multi-select statements, but we've done that already, so it's not a big deal. So let's jump into fashion trends and take a gander at what is going on here. So looking over on the left-hand side, let's see. It looks like in the fashion class, I want to write a count by brands method to calculate and return an array. So I'm going to create an array. So got it, nice. And the array is going to match a gender. So I guess I'm keeping track of how many like women or men or children. By either U.S. Polo, Gap, Kenneth Cole, or other objects. And then we'll do the whole theater runner thing, and we'll call the draw results method, and we'll probably pass it a count by brands method as well. So let's take a gander at what's going on here in the theater runner. So we've got an array of brand objects named brands. And this array of brand objects is created by this method that is found in the brand class. And it takes the names file and the genders file and puts them together. So my guess is that each brand object has a name, which is a brand, and a gender. So let's take a gander. Let's see. It's so these first 23 elements are U.S. Polo, and then it looks like the genders are boys and girls and men and women and women and men. So there's 4 different genders, and there appears to be four different brands. All right, not bad. Since these are brand objects that we're dealing with, let's go take a gander at the brand class. So in the brand class, there is a name and a gender that are both strings and are both private instance variables. And here is the constructor. So just like we thought, it's going to take a name and a gender and pass that to the brand. And so there's your get name and get gender method. And I will make a video for this on how this create brands works. So that is the brand class. Let's go to the fashion class and see what's going on. So here is the private instance variable, which is an array of brand objects named brands. And here is the constructor for a fashion object that takes the array of brand objects. Here is the get brands. So we might use that getter, but let's see. So here is what we need to do. So we need to complete this count by brands method that takes, it's going to return an integer array, and it's going to take a gender as an input. So my guess is the counts in this array are going to depend on the gender. So for each brand, check if its gender matches the parameter gender. And then increment the appropriate index in the 1D array of integer values based on the name of the brand. Return the 1D array. So let's see. I think we are probably going to start out by creating an integer array. And then let me call this, I guess I should call this my count array is what I'll do. And that's going to equal a new int array. And there are just going to be 4 things in it because I'm keeping a count for each of the brands, and there are 4 brands. And I'm looking over here on the left-hand side. If the brand is U.S. Polo, increment the value at index 0 by 1. If the brand is Gap, increment the value at index 1, or increment the value at index 1 in the array by 1. So, okay, this is going to work. There's going to be 4 elements in that array. So I've got my count array. And so what I want to do is I want to loop through this array, and I want to check on the gender first. So let's see if we can do this. Ooh, this could be fun. So I'm going to go if. I think I can use an enhanced for loop. So these are brand elements, and I'm going to call this brand in the brands array. I don't know if I should I call it brand? I will. It's the brands array. They're brand objects, and it's okay to call that lowercase b a brand. That's fine. So I want to go for. So as I go through that, if the brand dot get gender, and this is gender is a string, so I have to use the dot equals method, equals gender. If that's the case, then I want to go through and check on all the other ones. So if brand dot get name dot, this is also, again, the brand is also a string, so we'll use the dot equals method, equals, and US Polo. If that is the case, I want to increment in my count array the thing at index 0 by 1. So I am going to go count array at 0 plus plus. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this again. I'm just going to take this and copy it again. It's going to save me a little bit of time, I think. Oh, I hate when it does that. So if brand get name equals Gap, I'm going to increment the count array at 1. I'm going to increment that by 1. So remember, since this is an int array, since it is an integer array, by default, all of the integer values to start with are 0. They're not null, they're 0. So this is okay. I can increment them as I go. So let's try this. Let's try the next one. And if the brand name is Kenneth Cole, what the heck is Kenneth Cole? I guess the only thing is to make sure I spell these correctly, and I want to index the 2, and then otherwise, so I'm going to go else. I don't need to do that. Yeah, I guess I can, because it just says otherwise, increment the value to index 3. So I'm just going to go else count array at 3 is plus plus. I don't like that, so I may have to come back and change that. I think I should just actually call out the Puma. But I think this is going to do the trick. I'm checking the gender first, right here. I'm checking the gender, and then I'm going through and checking each of the names. And if it's not this, not this, not this, I don't even know if I need the else. I probably don't need. In fact, I don't think I do need the else statement. Actually, what I'm going to do, just to keep it safe, I'm going to go like this. I'm just going to play this safe. And I'm going to change this to Puma because that's what it was. Let me double check. Puma, that's what it was. So I'm going to make that Puma, And I can just do 3 and increment it. And that way I'm safe. I am pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Where is that? Where's that one? Where's that one? That one's for my array up there. Got it. Okay, so I think, oh, yeah, I think I do have too many of them. I'm going to take that one out. And this one, I just want to return the count array. Got it. So I think it's going to be okay. So let's go to the theater runner, call the draw results method. The draw results takes a gender and the integer array that we are getting from the count by brands. So let's create up here, let's create an integer array. So I'm going to go int array, and I'll call the results equals, and I'm taking my scene object, and I'm going to call the count by brands, and I'm going to call that I think that's a string, so I'm going to call that men. How about that? And then I don't need that. I need that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the draw results method for the scene. So draw, and is it results? I always do this. Is it result? It's results. It takes the string gender, and it's going to take that array that I just created. So results, men, and the results array. So let's see what happens. I'm sure there's a bunch of spelling errors in here. Let's see. Oh, men. Oh, you see what I did? Results, and there it is. It's the result. Oh, it is the results. So if it's on that page, I'm feeling pretty good about it. It could have been a lot worse. So let's try this and see what happens. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Now, so this is a little data display that we're messing with. What if I change that to women? If I spelled it correctly. Okay. I'll change this to boys, because those are all of the things that were in there. So interesting. Now, I don't know what the colors mean. So we'll probably at some time I should spend some time going over exactly how this draw results method is working. But it appears to me that the it's choosing a random color. I don't know if I like that. But anyway, boy, that was a long one, man. There's a lot of moving parts here, but this is a very good AP style question. So try this, take it, and then give this a good watch. Oh, got to run the test. Love when I get a bunch of check marks. All right, kids. I'll see you in the next one.